Yes, good morning. It's Jim from JAGfx.com. It is Tuesday, the 21st of July, 2020. This is a look at my daily high probability charts. It's the weekly analysis video, the one I do once a week. Never on the same day, apparently, but close enough. All right, so before we go and look at that, I just want to give you a heads up on where we're at with the 12-hour charts. As you know, if you've been paying attention, this is my watch list, all the 12-hour pairs I'm trading. I'm slowly winding out of these. So all these pairs that are unflagged here on the right, they're the ones that have all closed up. So they're all finished for now. I'm going to go back to the 12-hour charts. I like them. I've just got a few things to do. So I've just got a few dangling pairs, all these pairs along here. They're all sort of in sequences still that I've got to work my way out of. So no drama. I think Aussie New Zealand's pretty close to closing at break even. So that's just the 12-hour charts. I'll just have a quick squiz at the, I can't remember where they are. There. So remember I got the spreadsheets. So this is 12-hour, CHP 12-hour. So still got a few trades on. This is a shared spreadsheet. Everyone's got access to it. So you can see the spreadsheet there. We're doing all right. We just got a few sequences to work my way out of. My balance to date profit is 5,500. So it's only based on a 0.02 lot from the 3rd of Feb. I think the first trade, oh, there's my start date, 3rd of Feb up there. I'll go across to the daily spreadsheet while I'm on the spreadsheets. So balance to date is 31,000 profit roughly. So a fair bit happening on the dailies. We'll go through the charts in a minute. But here's the spreadsheet. You see this one highlighted in sort of that purple colour. All I've done here is look up open trades and I put pound yen in there and it just brings up, identifies all the open trades. So if I put USD Swiss Franc in there, the whole thing would light up. But anyway, we'll get onto that. And also remember, if you, on this sheet, you can go to the second sheet and it's got that, well, here's the USD Swiss Franc. So all you do is you come up here and put any pair you want in. For example, what have I got? Trades on pound, so pound USD, all right, got a few trades on that. Just click in there and it'll do the maths and it'll come up. So we've got the pound, all the different sequences, their break-even levels for each sequence, overall break-even, etc., profit to date on that pair and where we are. So a lot happening. It's not a bad spreadsheet. Thank you very much, Eric. Very good. Let's see. I had something here I was going to show you. This one, I think. No, yeah, didn't set it up very well. So I'll get it set up a little bit better. Not very prepared here, am I? So high probability setup, that's what we're looking at. This is just a sheet that gives a bit of a cheat sheet, tells you what all the different colors, lines, etc., and a bit of a basic overview of the system on the charts. So you can either pause the video and read that or just take a screenshot of it after you've paused it and you can refer back to it if you wish. If you want to know more about the high probability trading method, just go to my JAGfx YouTube channel. In the search engine box, just type in high probability examples. 2 videos should come up and they explain it to you pretty clearly. If you want to know about hedging, go to my YouTube channel and type in hedging in the search box and you should get a couple of videos come up. So let's get on to the charts for the daily. What am I on here? 12 hours. I'll get rid of that. We'll go to the daily charts. And we'll bring up the right time frame, daily. And we'll go at the top of that. All right, so let's run through. This is my watch list on the right. Anything that's not highlighted, like AusCAD, no trades on. Highlighted in blue means there's trades. Orange, that's things I did this morning or recently. And if you see this purple, this is something I'm keeping an eye on because there's possibility there's either a new signal in the opposite direction or something like that. So let's go through it. AusCAD, nothing happening. You can, like I say, you can always pause my video. There's plenty of notes on some of these charts, as you'll see. If I talk too quick, you don't understand me, English is not your first language, just pause, have a read, and then just restart the video. So this is my setup. MACD Platinum's here. It's a zero lag MACD, basically looking to sell when it's above the zero level and buy when it's below the zero level. 3 moving averages, 240 LMA, 100 EMA, 50 EMA, just to give me an idea of trend. And nothing hard and fast about them, but they just give you, I don't need them on there, but it's just good to see them. I like to see price come and bounce off them, etc. Red trend lines, possible bearish divergence. It's either confirmed or it's still in the process of setting up. In this case, it hasn't been confirmed, but it's possibly setting up. So I just keep on moving the lines each day, and if they're no longer valid, just delete them. But it's always good to be prepared. So that's AusCAD, not much to report there. Aus Swiss, now you'll see S1, S2. You should see sequence 1, sequence 2. So that's what they match up to. Where they're marked on the chart is where those sequences commenced. Now, I'm getting away from the hedging trading on the daily charts. I'm just going to stick to the more traditional enter a trade with a stop in place, which I've done on sequence 2 here. Stops are designated by the red dotted line. Buys are blue, so with a blue vertical dash line and the solid blue horizontal line, that's my entry. Reds are sells, and they start from the candle where they start, so hence they're all staggered on the horizontal side. Green trend lines, bullish divergence. So that's confirmed. This red one's confirmed. So I always read it, always write a few notes on the chart, so you can best to have a read of them. If you see break even, NA, that's BE's break even, NA is not applicable as hedged. So sequence 1 is hedge, but overall there's a break even. And where it is, normally I mark it with it's off the chart at the moment, so don't worry about it, but it'd be marked with a yellow dash line. So that's what are we in at the moment. So we're in a sequence here, so don't worry about that too much. But the last trade was a buy here, and I can take multiple trades on the same candle. In this case, I would have taken a hedge buy on that fourth hedge, 65726. And you'll see that this other buy trade, 65728, is pretty close. So very close to the same candle, just a couple of pipettes. So I took a buy there, stop in place is red dotted line, and at the moment it's going nowhere fast, as a lot of Aussie pairs aren't. Oz Japanese yen, took a trade this morning, a buy trade. Now you'll notice here, grey lines normally mean a warning line. For me, it's just something I've left in this one because I'd taken a buy on this candle here with this hidden bullish divergence. You can see it there, very good setup. Didn't really go up very far. Then I got this red dot. Normally I would have hedged there. MACD Platinum still below the zero. I didn't take the hedge. I just closed my trade and took a small loss, $2 loss. So that's why when I've got first buy, lost $2, it refers to this one where the grey line is. Now we've had a second buy signal this morning, so I'm in this trade again. It's with the trend. My concern is this resistance level up here. It's pretty close to it, but not too bad. So MACD Platinum's just below the zero level, so that's where we're at with the Oz yen. Oz New Zealand in 2 sequences, 2 big hedging sequences, trying to work my way out, trying to push up. You see these break-even levels. There's one for sequence 1. This is a break-even level there. There's one for sequence 2. You can see the level there. There's an overall break-even. So there's 3 break-even levels. So I'm assuming this closest one is sequence 2. You can see that where the yellow line comes to. Then the other 2 are for the overall and sequence 1. So we just got to push up, at least try and get out of sequence 2 and get some profit. Even if it doesn't get up there, we can start then look and come back to the other side. So Aussie New Zealand, and I don't think I took a new trade. No, I didn't. I could have taken a buy trade in there as a standalone. I didn't because I want to try and get out of these sequences first. Aussie USD in 2 sequences. Again, a hedging sequence I'm still trying to work my way out of. And sequence 2 is a more traditional buy with a stop in place, going nowhere fast. This green line, big number, 70-cent level. 70, you can see it there, lime green, 70-cent level. And as you can see, it is a big point of resistance. Hopefully, MACD Platinum is grinding up. Slow news. It's July, going into August. The markets will be slow. This is the sort of crap that happens during that time. So just have to be patient. CAD Swiss, one of my problem pairs. It's five blue lines over here, which means there's 5 buy trades. Now this is an error on my part. I let it get away from me. Then COVID hit, and this market just dropped away. So I'm left with 5 buy trades that are they're running at a loss. Have been since I took them. The good thing is they're positive swap, or overnight interest rate is positive, so I'm not losing any money on them. It's a slow moving pair. So in 10 years time, if price is still down here, I could close them and probably make a small profit, but I'm just kidding. I don't want to be holding for 10 years. In the meantime, I'm working this sequence on the right, sequence 2, trying to add to my overall profit to try and eat into these 5 buy trades. I haven't got the horizontal lines on those 5 buy trades over here because I don't want to clutter up this chart. So that's those 5 buy trades there. Sequence 2 is this sequence here, and even I'm making hard work of this too, I might add. But I did sequence 3 is a standalone, more traditional with a stop in place, and I thought, here we go, straight away it's gone against me. We start to pull back up now. MACD platinum still below the 0 level, no reversal, so nice support base here, and it's heading up still. So we've got a couple of break-even levels. Well, we've got a few, one for just for sequence 1, one for overall, which is one of these 2 up there, and one for sequence 2 is there. So a lot happening. As I said, pause the video, read my notes. Go to the spreadsheet, type in CAD Swiss, and you see all my open trades, and go to the second sheet. CAD Yen, if you watch there, see, oh, you saw that. I'll see if I can go back. Just watch the QMP filter area and see if a green dot comes up there. It's a good thing about TradingView. Sometimes it just appears. No, it didn't happen. So it's highlighted because I know there's possibly, if price remains where it is, a new buy signal tomorrow. This is one I took a buy here. Probably should put that grey line over there. I took a buy on this grey line here, and it had a reversal signal. It gave me a loss of $26, so it's the first buy. A strong possibility of second buy tomorrow. You know, the thing that concerns me with the 240 LMA, it's all getting a bit tight and that, but you know, it's got a pretty good base here. So yeah, it'd be worth a shot. So it's a CAD Yen, nothing on at the moment though. Swiss Yen took a buy this morning. Now this was a high risk trade. It's with the trend. You can see price has gone up. Didn't make a this is what concerns me, this big resistance level. It looks really bad on the daily chart, but if you switch to a weekly chart, yeah, it's just this little bit here. It's still a big level, don't get me wrong, but on the daily chart it looks bad, and I've bought right into it. So it's and as I probably said in my Facebook post this morning, there'll be people selling this because it's hit resistance. I'll be selling it. So there's probably a lot of fighting in here, but they don't hold forever, these levels. You know, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, now it's 5th time. Eventually it'll break through it, it'll become support, or something like that. So I've taken a buy, it's a high risk buy, it's with the trend. The MACD is not that far below the 0 level, but I'm trying to just show you guys as many examples as possible. If you took it, you would go on with a lower risk. So if you normally risk 2% on a trade, you might take something like this with 1% or 0.5% or something like that. But it's a valid buy signal. Right, Euro, Aussie, in a bit of a cluster here, 2 sequences. This thing's gone, you know, COVID, flat. And here's my break-evens up here, so not going anywhere fast. MACD platinum's above the 0 level. Looks like I'll be coming back to the downside again and trying going back up. Euro CAD, see, QMP filter dot, now it's disappeared. Looks like there's going to be a possible sell. I was hoping it'd stay a little bit higher. I could look at maybe closing one of these buy trades, which I can still do. I'm only in the one sequence, which is all these trades here. I could look at closing a buy trade and because the MACD platinum's above the 0 level, so I'm pivoting my bias, which basically means if I'm going from a buy, I think it's a stronger position as a sell. close one of the buys, add to a little bit of profit, take another sell trade and go down. I've got some blue trend lines in here. I could probably look at moving them up, because that's a level that's sort of now more relevant. See, it's come up here, come up, now it's going down. Against the MAs, it'd be a high risk trade, but I've got to do something to try and get out of this sequence. The good thing is it's all pretty tight, so it's not, and it's a slow moving pair generally, except for COVID. So it's a pair I'm pretty confident with trading my way out of. Euro Swiss. Yeah. Now this is the one I made a mistake on. You can read my notes. I got it mixed up with one of my 12-hour charts. The original buy was here on that blue dotted dash line. And I accidentally closed it up here somewhere. It was going all right. So I took a profit there. Then I realised my mistake about an hour later, and I took another buy trade there. And I've already closed out half because the MACD platinum went through the zero level and my stop's in place. I put my stop above the original entry, if that makes sense. So I'm working the trade as if it's off my original entry. And so that's why it's a bit ugly looking. So we're in a buy from this area here. Don't worry about that blue line up there. It's just for me with a stop in place there. So if I do get stopped out, it's going to be a small overall profit on the whole thing. If that makes any sense. It's on the spreadsheet. Euro pound, took a buy in here. It wasn't too bad a setup, got hidden divergence. It's sort of, this trend line it did break it, but it's gone straight back up. So you can say the trend line's held really, but now it's going the wrong way. And MACD platinum still below the zero level. Here's my entry, the blue line. There's my stop down there. So if I get a sell signal or something tomorrow or the next day, I'll just close that buy trade, take the loss. This number here is the 90-cent level. That green line is just a big number, 90-cent level. So you've got a bit of confluence there with this trend line, hidden bullish divergence, 90-cent level, but price does whatever it well damn pleases. Euro yen, took a buy up here, already closed half and stop moved up a little closer. If I do get stopped out now, can't lose overall, even though my stop's below the entry level. What I made on the first half would more than cover that loss there. And the reason I closed half, MACD platinum through the zero level. That's just the way I manage my trades. Euro New Zealand, one of my problem pairs, not drastic, but going nowhere fast in one sequence only. Made a few dollars on it, so it's not too bad. Really need to push up and take this overall break even. And again, it's one that's hedged trades on. So once I clear the hedging, it'll just be back to normal trading on the daily charts and leave all my hedging and fancy stuff for the lower time frames, 12 hours, etc. So yeah, going nowhere fast. Euro USD, took a buy in here. MACD through the zero level, plus we're at this previous high. Resistance level, closed half, brought my stop up, looking all right. There was hidden bullish divergence. Again, you can read my notes. Problem I didn't like about this, it probably didn't come back to the MAs far enough. So you can read, see, price didn't come back. Generally, if I want to see a pullback, I want to see if this comes back here, I want to see it come at least get close to the 50 or into the MAs and bounce up. Something like this sell. See, it's bounced up there and come down into the MAs, into the MAs, into the MAs, that sort of stuff. But when the gaps from the MAs, generally when a price gets away from the MAs, it's either the MAs are going to go to price or the price is going to come back to the MAs. It's just extremes, like same on the MACD platinum. When it gets to extreme levels, it's going back to that zero level, one way or the other. Same with the moving averages and price. All right, let's move along. If we pound Aussie, another one of my problem pairs, a lot of trades on. Sequence one is actually hedged at the moment. I must have pivoted there somewhere. Sequence 2 is a sell, and it's just above my entry level at the moment, so that's not looking that good at the moment. Just have to wait, patience. Pound CAD, sell, stop and place up here above this high. You can read my notes, like hidden bearish divergence technically, or some double top even you could call it. Yeah, it's sort of starting heading up, but now it's starting to come down today anyway, so hopefully it'll get back down this way. You know, the stops, my stops, they're a long way away, but I'm generally looking for a reversal. They're more of a safety stop. People tend to jam their stops right up close to previous highs and stuff, and they just get stopped out, and it gets frustrating. Pound Swiss, another one I took a trade a couple of days ago, sell here, and I did make mention it needs to break through that support level, which it hasn't. Straight away, next day, it just went straight against me. Stops up here. Yeah. MACD Platinum still above the zero level. Yeah, Murphy's Law there. Pound yen. Oh yeah, I was in 2 sell trades on this same candle. I closed one this morning. This thing looked like it was heading up. So I've closed one of my sell trades, taken a profit. I'm still in a buy trade from here. It's got a stop in place also. So both trades are for 0.01. So I'm locking in a profit until it breaks, price breaks one of these stop losses. I'm just sitting tight at the moment and not really going anywhere. So unless I get another, say, sell signal, I may consider that and adding to this downside. So overall profit to date's been pretty good on this pair. So yeah, all I did this morning was close one of my sells, add to the profit. Pound New Zealand, this is one of my problem pairs. As you can see, I'm in lots of sequences. Well, 3. And yeah, it's been causing me grief. It's been heading down, and I've been trying to buy. And we're starting to head slowly up. This is a lot of sideways action, and the MACD Platinum is going up way above the zero level. So I'm in a little bit of strife here. I might, ideally, if I get so many trades on, I get stuck on the one side. You'll see with the USD Swiss Franc. I want to try and get back in amongst the trades so that I can start closing trades when price does reverse. I can then pivot my sequences and maybe go to the downside or something like that. You know, so, and this is an example of, it's hard to see, but the MAs are up here. These are 50, this brownie coloured one. So prices come down. It's getting a fair wave from the MAs. And so it's heading back up slowly, and MA's slowly coming down to it too. But the concern is the MACD is a long way above the zero level at the moment. And here's all my break-even levels for all the 3 sequences. You can see sequence 3 there, sequence 2, and these two will be for sequence 1 and overall break-even. So that's the pound New Zealand. It's caused me a bit of grief, but we'll get there eventually. Pound USD, the pound. Yeah, this one's a little bit different. I went in with bigger position sizes, 5 times the normal size, hence the good profit on this pair. It's really not a true indication because I like to base everything on the 0.02 lot. And when it comes time to closing this, if just say if it punches up through this yellow line, I'm going to close all these and be done with. Then I'll probably I'll get on the spreadsheet and I'll probably divide everything by 5 that's been involved in these bigger trades, just to give the spreadsheet some more credibility and a bit better balance. You know, you can't have a couple of outliers giving you a huge profit. It's not really a true representation of how I've been trading. But anyway, we're heading up. We're in buys. Sequence 2 is a standalone buy with a stop in place. I can't lose them there. Sequence 1's a dog's breakfast back here. A lot of trades from a long time ago. That first one's back 2 days after Christmas. So it shows you how long I've been in the pound for. But, like I said, making good money on it. New Zealand CAD. Hey, in a sell. It's actually come below the entry level, which is good. You can see that notes, regular bearish divergence, higher highs on price, lower highs on the oscillator of the MACD Platinum. Price got to come back towards these MAs, or the MAs go back towards price. New Zealand Swiss. All right, yeah. This morning closed out a buy trade. I was in a buy trade here. New sell signal there, even though it was on a bullish candle. Took this. That was the second one. The first one was here. Took a buy on here. Closed out at a break even when I got this sell signal here. Took a new buy there. Now got a sell signal. Closed that out. Took a loss of $11. So look at this: red, green, red in the space of about 4 candles. Just when I start going traditional trading. But it's that time of the year. New Zealand yen. The only reason this one's highlighted is I've got a new sell signal here and I didn't take it. I didn't close this buy in here because I've already got a stop in place, so I can't lose on that. And I'm not too far away from my overall break evens. And the MACD Platinum's still below the 0 level, so it's a bit of a judgment call, and it's working out all right at the moment. But I'm not going to lose anything anyway because I've got a stop in place. But I could just probably make a little bit more profit if I did close S2, sequence 2. But I'm trying to clear sequence 1. And the good thing about sequence 1 is all these trades are all pretty close to each other. It's not till you get up to this fourth buy, which is here, to push up through those break-even. So I've already sort of started writing a plan, which has sort of been superseded. I should probably update that. Sometimes if I've got pink highlight on there, I'm writing plans on the chart. You know, that's the good thing about the daily charts. Trading daily charts, you've got time to think, you've got time to plan. You can come up with a few different scenarios if you've got multiple trades on. You know, you can, if you're on the 5-minute chart, your brain's spinning a million miles an hour. But on the daily, you know, you can go and have a sandwich and come back and look at this. You know, it's a good. That's why I like the daily time frame. I know it's a bit boring for some, but what do you want to be, bored or make money, or both? All right, New Zealand USD sequence 1. Yeah, I'm only in the one sequence here. Lots of lines drawn on this chart. Probably should clear a few of these. Lots of trades happening. Yeah, I'm trying to get down to this break-even level here, basically. I thought this level here would hold. It's a sort of not a huge level, but it's price sort of got up here. It's gone sideways for a few days, and it's struggling to get up much higher. And, you know, and just from experience, the Kiwi, when it gets to about the 65-cent level, you know, it's sort of a bit of a sweet spot for it. So it's not, it could go high. Look, don't get me wrong, but like the Aussie dollar and the 70-cent level, you know, it sort of bounces between 65 and 75 cents. You know, I think that's where the bank or the government would prefer it against the US dollar. Kiwi's pretty much the same. And if the Aussie's going sideways, normally the Kiwi's going sideways also. They're very, the Aussie USD, New Zealand USD, fairly highly correlated sort of pairs. So just something to be aware of. But anyway, I've got a little bit of work. Hopefully we'll come to the downside. Just wait and see what happens. USD CAD. Sequence 1 is this one up here. It's hedged at the moment, which is good. Sequence 2 is my standalone sell, and we're below the entry level, which is good. MACD Platinum still above the 0 level. Stop in place up here. So yeah, that's not going too bad. Just got to work out what I can do with sequence 1, but I'll get onto that. I'll just give USD Swiss Franc a miss, and I'll go to yen because yen's going nowhere. It's tight. MAs are pretty close to each other. You could say it's a downtrend, but when the MACD is this close to the 0 level like this, it's low volatility. It's hogging. It's not going anywhere fast. You know, not these nice little moves like this, COVID, and Had a couple of nice moves, but now sideways again. So it'll move eventually. All right, now to my ugly duckling, USD Swiss Franc. Now this is a trade I'm in a little bit of trouble with. It's a pair I have trouble trading. I'll be honest, it's been giving me grief for a while now on the daily charts. This looks ugly. It is ugly. There's lots of trades on. I mean, this morning there's a new sell signal, and again, it's already gone against me. So this is, and the sequence 4 I took, which is a new sell, and I wrote there, not a standalone trade. The reason why, it's too far away from the MAs, and it's on this, right in this support level here. Now, to me, I don't care if it goes against me, this sequence 4, because I've got these other sequences that are all to the upside. So what I'd like to see is the MACD Platinum, if it goes up, go into these trades. Like I said on the Pound New Zealand, I need to go up into the trades so I can start getting a bit creative and clearing a few of these trades and try and pivoting either 1 or 2 of these sequences, because at the moment all these sequences are to the buy side, and as you can see, price is going down. It's stalled a bit now. We've got this flat base and the MACD Platinum's going up. I'll probably draw a trend line across there. But what I'm going to do after this video, I'm going to get onto the simulator. So you can see the MACD Platinum's going up, and price is basically flat, or you can say it's going down. So there is divergence there. Yeah, so I'm in a bit of a bind here, and it's not too bad at the moment. I'm only 0.02 lots short, so I'm hedged. But it's taken up a lot of, or when it's open, I was taking up a lot of margin, etc. And I was in all 3 sequences were to the buy side, and if price is heading down, that's not good. Too much risk. So after this video, like I keep on saying, I've started this story 3 times, I'm going to go into a clean Swiss franc, USD Swiss franc chart, daily chart, on my simulator, and start trading it on the simulator, how you would have traded it on a more traditional trades with stops, and see if there's any valid setups. Now, obviously, I've got an idea of my memory is going to tell me that what sort of trend it is when I get in the simulator, but we'll try and do it as accurate as possible, and we'll have a look at this pair in action, trading the more traditional method. I'm pretty sure I did actually make some good money, not a great deal. I'm struggling a bit on this move and that move. I'll check the spreadsheet and I'll add that to the video I do. So I'm going to do a video on the USD Swiss franc probably from the COVID or close to it, in here at least across, and see how we go. It could still be a loss, but this is one of the reasons why I say the hedging is high risk stuff. If you do stuff it up, and I have stuffed it up here, it can get you in trouble, and it can take some time to work your way out of. What have we got? Late March here. These trades, not as long as the pound USD, but you know what I mean. All right, so that's it for the daily charts. So I'll just bring up that worksheet again. So if you want to read that, that's it there. So if it gives you an idea of all what the different coloured lines, etc. mean. And like I always say, everyone's more than welcome to join the JAGfx Facebook group or the Telegram channels. You've obviously, if you do like the video, please hit the subscribe button. If nothing else, hit the like button. And you're more than welcome to check out those spreadsheets. All my trades for the 12 hours and the daily charts are all recorded on a shared spreadsheet. So everyone can check them out. All right, guys, thanks for watching the video. And I will get onto that Swiss franc one once I've uploaded this one. Have a good day all. Cheers.